Chapter 6260. This method is applicable to most people, except Jimmy. Jimmy's investment philosophy is that everything can be invested except money. But money is not. If he can make 1 million without investing money, and can make 2 million with a high probability of investing 100,000, then he will definitely choose not to invest money to make 1 million. So at this time, wanting money instead of options is indeed in line with his personality. After thinking this through, Nate did not dwell too much on this issue. Thinking to himself, no matter whether he wants options or cash, in short, as long as he signs a 10-year contract with me, it is enough to ensure that he will not regret it and will not leave me in 10 years. Since Steve Rothschild is behind him, as long as he stays in Ellis, I can rest assured. Now that the company is booming, it is his loss if he does not want options. You can't blame me if you regret it in the future. So Nate said very straightforwardly, no problem, Jimmy. Since you insist on taking cash, then we will do as you say. Sign a 10-year agreement. And I will pay you an additional bonus of $10 million every year to offset it. You have promised to double my base salary, which is $4 million. My guaranteed income is $14 million a year. Nate waved his hand and said, Jimmy, you are too conservative. $4 million is your base salary, $10 million is your options in cash. If you perform well, you will get specific performance bonuses and project bonuses. With your ability, it is not a problem to make $20 million a year. Jimmy shook his head very modestly and said, I know my own situation very well. Let's not talk about bonuses. As long as you write the $14 million into the contract, I can sign it at any time. Okay, Nate said with a smile. Then let's sign the contract as soon as possible. I'll have someone prepare the contract. Jimmy reminded him. Oh, by the way, we haven't talked about the breach of contract compensation clause yet. Nate hurriedly said, oh, Jimmy, I trust you 100%. There is no need to make any breach of contract clause. What Nate was thinking was that this guy was backed by the Rothschild family. Even if he really breached the contract, he would not dare to settle the score with him. Instead of doing this, it is better to do a favor and let him feel his trust in him. But he didn't expect Jimmy said very seriously at this time. Nate, I'm not afraid that I will regret it. I'm afraid that you will regret it. What if you want to terminate the contract with me in advance? What should I do? I must have certain guarantees. How could that be? Nate hurriedly said, based on our relationship and my trust in you. It is absolutely impossible for me to terminate the contract with you in advance. Jimmy nodded and said, although I trust you, we still have to keep a written agreement to avoid any problems in the future. Then, Jimmy said, how about this? We don't need other cumbersome clauses. I only have one. If you terminate the cooperation with me before the end of these 10 years, you must compensate me for all the salary and option cash for 10 years in one lump sum. Okay? Nate said without hesitation. Don't worry, I have absolutely no problem. I'll do as you say.